started my new Discord server, which you can join by clicking the link below. And I have this section here, Hunter Haters, where a bunch of people who hate me can go hang out. And I guess I'm gonna go talk to some of these fuckers. This should be fun.
You were talking to Beardson earlier about big tech censorship, and I assume you wanted to talk to Beardson again because you just thought that he'll be an easy target, right? But that didn't seem to be the case. I mean, it was an entertaining debate. I had fun. I don't know if you had fun, but
Yeah, of
everyone
course I
did.
had fun. It was exactly how I thought it would go, where he spouted off a bunch of anecdotes and didn't prove anything.
Yeah, but you got to understand, Hunter. When I'm watching that kind of debate, and I say this guy is not able to debate Vince James or Nick, he picks Beardson because he thinks Beardson's an idiot. But I don't know. Beardson provides a lot of entertainment, don't you think? A lot of fun.
I mean, yeah, sure.
And
He can be entertaining, but he's still a dumb fuck.
well, regarding big tech censorship, I don't know how you could say there is no conservative censorship at all.
That's not what I say. That's the problem, is everybody thinks that's what I say because they strawman me. What I said is that there's no systemic or algorithmic bias against conservatives. In fact, like what I said at the Beardson debate earlier, I think it's actually the opposite. If you could provide me like some counter data to prove that like conservatives are being like systemically censored or kept down, or there's some kind of algorithmic bias against conservatives, I would love to see it. But everything I see shows that conservatives dominate virtually every social media platform.
Okay, but the reason why I said those words earlier is because didn't you do a speech saying that there's no such thing as conservative censorship and conservatives are playing the victim card?
Well, conservatives do play. Well, conservatives do play the victim card because they claim that things are censorship when they're just clearly not. So yes, that's true. But no, I never said that there was no big tech censorship. If you want, I could literally pull up the speech. I have it like written down here. I mean, I obviously have it in my Google Drive. I talked about actually how big tech, part of the problem, part of the reason these conspiracy theories really about big tech censorship are able to become so prominent so quickly is because of the lack of transparency with these big tech companies. And I've also talked extensively about how these big tech companies have too much power as well. So we probably agree on a lot of that kind of stuff, but it's more the issue of whether or not conservatives are being algorithmically banned. And secondly, I would also argue that even if conservatives are being disproportionately banned, it's because conservatives are disproportionately breaking the rules.
Okay. We can tone it down a bit. Okay, we don't need to raise the levels just yet. I'm saying that, okay, we take the example of Alex Jones, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did he really break the rules? I mean, he got suspended off Spotify, off YouTube, I think off Apple Podcasts, and whatever it was. I think the last social media platform he was on Twitter, but he got suspended maybe like a week or maybe a couple of days later. And can we not say that that these companies work together to suspend him on the same day?
Oh, yeah, no, I would definitely say that's probably a good example of where these tech companies have too much power. But at the same time, sometimes when one tech company bans a high-profile figure, that kind of sets precedent for other companies to do it as well. Part of the reason that Alex Jones gets banned, and same with Trump and everything else, is because they essentially abuse the platforms to spread harmful ideas that lead to real-world harm. So and also, I would also like to point out that as far as Alex Jones, I'm not sure about the specifics with everything, but I know that when it came to YouTube, he was given several warnings. It wasn't like they were just like, oh, he said he likes Donald Trump, so let's ban him. Like, this guy was a crazy conspiracy theorist that was able to grow to 2 million subs and then was banned after repeated warnings, after repeatedly breaking the rules over and over and over again. Finally, they banned the dude. Like, it's just where's the bias against where's the bias against him for being conservative?
Okay, what are the free channel strikes? Like, what exactly did he say where he got one strike for this and then the second strike?
I don't know all the specifics, but I mean, it's Alex Jones. He peddles blatant conspiracy theorists that like school shootings or like crisis actors and shit, stuff that leads to like really harmful outcomes in the real world. So I don't think that it's unreasonable to assume that he probably did something to break the rules.
You think people have committed violence in the name of Alex Jones, in the name of InfoWars? I mean, can you name one event
did they do that with the New Zealand church shooting?
That guy was radicalized by InfoWars.
I'm looking it up if he had any Alex Jones in there.
I'm
But
pretty
either,
sure
so
his manifesto, he mentioned random stuff like how he likes Candace Owens. He
yeah.
said stuff like how he likes China
I'm not
and stuff
necessarily
like that.
saying that someone has gone out and committed a terrorist act in Alex Jones' name, but I'm saying that the
No,
ideas that
New
he
Zealand
spreads are
shooter.
very
The
conspiratorial
New
that can
Zealand
lead to
shooter.
harm, and it's also misinformation. Which, I mean, there are
The
like
Christchurch shooter. Wait, really quick. The Christchurch
I
shooter.
don't think the Christchurch
It was getting
shooter
revenge
mentioned.
on Muslims
I don't
because
think
of what was going on in Europe, though. It was nothing to do with Infowars, though.
yeah, I was
He was getting
wrong.
revenge on Muslims.
I didn't say that he cited Alex Jones. I asked the question and I just looked it up, and no, he did not. So it's fine. We can move on.
Okay,
from
but
that.
you gotta be careful there. I mean,
How so?
Hunter, if you say things like that, aren't you going to get yourself into legal trouble?
What are you talking?
I mean, what if you say that
I asked a
publicly?
question and fact checked myself, and then was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, no. Apparently, the New Zealand shooter didn't say anything about Alex
Seems
Jones."
like an accusation on Alex Jones.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
And you're being extremely bad faith right now. Do you want to continue this conversation, or are you ready to be done?
oh, we can continue, but I'm just saying that. Okay, name one thing that. Okay, can you give any other examples?
No,
Anyone
I'm not going to go
done
one
any-
by one down everything that Alex Jones specifically ever did wrong. Again, the conversation is about whether or not there is an algorithmic bias against people for having conservative beliefs. If people hold conservative opinions, are they banned for those conservative opinions? And my argument is no.
Okay.
Every time conservatives are banned or face any kind of consequences, you can clearly see where they violated the TOS.
Do you think red elephants deserve to be suspended off Twitter because he tweeted out that?
I don't know every single detail of every single anecdote, but there are hundreds of millions of people on the internet. You can probably find 1,000 anecdotes of virtually anything happening. What I'm concerned about is overall statistics. And when you look at overall data gathered from like CrowdTangle and whatnot, it's very obvious that conservative news sources like Fox News and Breitbart and Turning Point USA do significantly better, and they outperform like on virtually every single social media platform.
You brought up Ben Shapiro, right, in 2017, right? Can you say that again? Because you said in Beardson's debate. I want to hear that again so I get this correct.
What did I say?
You said about Ben Shapiro and his popularity in 2017 or something like that. About the reach he had.
No, I think I'm not sure what you're talking about. I said
you said it in the beginning of
maybe
the
what
debate.
You're thinking about is I said in 2020, Ben Shapiro was among one of the top sources, and his posts were among one of the top performing when it came to election fraud information and like Black Lives Matter rioting shit.
I believe you said 2017. I mean, anyway, anyone.
I mean, if I said 2017, then I misspoke. But I mean, the Black Lives Matter thing and election fraud was all in 2020. So
2017, no one. The term "big tech censorship" was not really a big thing, compared to now. So 2017 is 2017, and
right.
Ben Shapiro.
Well, I got to split, man. This has been 10 minutes now. I've talked to you for about as long as I'm going to talk here. So
of course.
Yeah.
So you're gonna reach out to Vince, James, and Nick after this and say, let's plan a debate?
I don't know, man, but I'm gonna have to kick you from the call, so I know it's about to be conservative censorship over here.
Okay, let me see if you remember. Like, specifically?
Oh, right. Was it overnight, or was it just?
Yeah.
So no, it was not by any means overnight. It was a lot of introspection. There was a lot of debate that went on behind the scenes, and again, like I totally recognize that. From like an outside perspective, it probably did look a little bit like abrasive. Like all of a sudden, Hunter, who like everyone knew is like this super stark conservative, was like suddenly like attacking conservatives on issues. So I recognize how that probably did look a little bit more abrasive to people on the outside, but at least on my inside and like in like the private setting, right? Like I was going through a lot of introspection. I was doing a lot of thought. I was doing a lot of my own research. And I was kind of like evolving as a person over that time before I really formally announced that I was like no longer going to call myself a conservative.
Like, did you become like a liberal like last summer? I guess.
I mean, I don't know. There wasn't like a specific day where I just like woke up and was like, where I just like woke up and was like,
yeah, I know.
I'm going to be a centrist or a SOCDEM or whatever you want to, I don't know, whatever you want to consider. But like,
it
was more just like over time, I listened to a lot of debates. I would listen to a lot of different ideas. I kind of just broke away from my own echo chamber. I stopped worrying about whether something was like convenient for my worldview or not. And I just started like trying to just listen and hear different perspectives and see if there was more out there. You can always check out my video too. My video is admittedly very long-winded, probably unnecessarily long. But you can check out my video on why I left the right, where I go into detail about some of that stuff.
Yeah, it feels like do you think politics is very stressful to you? Like the beginning of knowing about it and by now, do you think it's very stressful?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, it can be
It's very
stressful, but
controversial.
it can be stressful, but it's also like my job and I love it. So my opinion on homosexuality, yeah. It's pretty cool, pretty based.
You think homosexuality is based?
I mean, I'm being kind of funny. I think that there's nothing wrong with homosexuality.
You have humor. You have humor. Yeah, I didn't see this earlier. This is a new stage of evolution for you. You have some sense of humor. Why didn't you have that in the debate between Beardson?
Are you here to talk to me about homosexuality?
I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. Like that was the first thing of humor I've heard from you.
Okay, well, yeah. I kind of would prefer to stay on topic, especially since we don't have that long to
Sure,
talk.
go for it.
Yeah,
you're right,
so
you're
there's
right.
nothing wrong with homosexuality, not from a biblical standpoint, not from an evolutionary standpoint, not from like a societal standpoint. There's really nothing wrong with it. So sure,
You don't see anything unordinary about it. It's not like it's nothing wrong with it.
Well, even if it were unordinary, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Secondly, what do you mean by unordinary? Like it's just not that common?
Well, that, but also it's like unnatural and it's unnormal, and you can't have kids with it.
Stop. That's the first lie, is that it's unnatural. That's what a lot of dumb.
It's very unnatural. It's extraordinarily unnatural.
You realize that we have witnessed homosexual behavior in like thousands of species, right?
Yeah, I know. And
So
that's
how is
when
it
they're
unnatural?
like taken away from. That's when they're taken away from their parents. That's when they're left
literally,
alone by
no.
themselves.
What the fuck, dude? You obviously haven't done much research on this.
have.
Male lions will sometimes fuck each other to help like relations with like the pack. Is it a pack of lions? No, that's not it. But you know what I mean. Like the relationship between like the lions or whatever. Yeah, animals engage in homosexual behavior all the time.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. We're not animals. We're human beings.
So it's
we're
not
human
unnatural
beings.
then. But your argument here
It
is
is
that
very
it's
unnatural. But we're human beings here.
Wait, so do you think that
we're civilized human beings?
You're right. Do you think if something's natural or not, that determines whether it's morally right or not?
Typically, yes.
So do you think that rape is morally correct?
Is that natural?
Yes. Do you think that animals are asking for consent?
Rape, I think, you might have something of consent there. I don't know. I'm not an animal. I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is that being gay and being homosexual is not normal.
Oh, you just weaseled away from that one. I don't think you liked that question very much, did you, man?
What? That animals can't consent? I don't know. Can they consent, Hunter? Are you an animal?
Rape
Do you know?
is pretty natural, right? Like at the end of the day, on an evolutionary basis.
Is it natural? It's not very natural for me.
Yes,
no.
You see it in nature. That's what I mean when I say it's natural.
I'm talking about human beings.
And rape is obviously
Hunter,
fucking bad, which
Hunter,
disproves your argument that we base
you're just
morals
saying it's
on
natural.
whether it's natural or not.
You naturally do that? Is that what you do?
Do you know what it means when I say something?
I know
natural
what natural means. Yes,
I don't think you know what that means. It means that you can see it in nature.
It doesn't just come to me that I have to do that. It comes to you. It's just normal to you.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Again, I'm saying that in nature, rape is common. That is an evolutionarily natural thing, but it doesn't mean that it's correct by any means, and it's morally
How do you know?
reprehensible.
How do you know?
Because it harms other people.
What? I thought we were talking about animals. Are animals people?
I
think you're having a little bit of
I thought you were saying,
confusion
how do I know
between the
rape
two.
in general is bad? I mean, do you think that animals like are asking for consent?
I have no idea. Do you know? Can you speak animal?
Yes. Yep. I talked to them and they said that they were getting raped a lot. So now that
Really?
that's established, you recognize that we don't base morality on whether something's natural or not. So are we willing now to throw the point out that homosexuality is bad because it's not natural?
Well, it's bad for numerous ways, not just because
why
it's
is it bad?
unnatural.
What's next? Because you already gave me the unnatural argument, which was dumb as fuck. So let's go on to the next one.
It wasn't dumb because
Yeah,
it's
it was.
just
You
it's
didn't
not
prove anything
natural.
at all,
It's
and
just
I
not
literally was
natural. It's just not fucking natural. It's not normal.
Keep repeating it like
It's
an
not
NPC.
normal.
But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up an article about how we.
It's not normal. It's we're a Christian nation. It's unnormal. It's just like
We're not a Christian nation. We're a nation of
We are.
religious freedom, my G.
No, we shouldn't be. We should be a Christian nation like we are right now.
Okay.
Majority of people in America believe Jesus Christ died on the cross and he's the Lord and Savior. So you're just wrong.
I don't even think that's true, but hold on, I'm trying to find the other
Literally
thing.
true. That's literally true. More Americans believe that than not. So you're wrong.
Let's see here. Hold on. Okay. Scientists explore the evolution of animal homosexuality. Wow, this has been studied since like in the early 1900s. Wow. Same-sex behavior ranging from co-parenting to sex has been observed in over 1,000 species, with likely many more as researchers begin to look for the behavior explicitly. Homosexuality is widespread, with bisexuality even more prevalent across species.
I don't fucking know, man. Worms like mate with like non-gender worms. Like,
but your argument that it's
we're human beings.
doesn't
We're
make
human
sense,
beings.
G. It
human
doesn't hold
beings.
up, my dude. So let's go
We're
to the next one,
human
okay?
beings.
You say we're supposed to be a Christian
We're
nation.
human beings.
That's another.
We're human beings.
You're right. Very good observation. So
Yes, I know.
yeah, you're very smart. But listen,
I am.
I think
True.
Yeah.
No, I am. It's true.
You know I love you, right, buddy?
I can't feel that mutually, man. I think you're
No,
quite
sorry. I'm
frankly,
sorry.
very-
I forgot you were homo. No homo. No homo. I meant like brotherly, like white man to white man.
Hey man, I'm underage.
Oh,
up?
buddy. All right. Well, thanks for letting me know. Appreciate the conversation, I guess. My G, you really need to, like, I don't know, maybe talk to your parents then. How
No,
old are
I'm
you?
good.
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Why is that?
I'm
saying.
I'm just wondering how someone so young has such like dumb fuck
I'm a
ideas.
fucking genius. I'm a fucking genius, man. And you're just not. You're stupid. You're a traitor, and you
If
were
I could
never
just
even
really
part of
quickly
us.
follow up, because I want to just conclude, because you did say that it was supposed to be a Christian nation, when I would say that no, actually America was founded on, again, I say this all the time, on the Enlightenment, which is liberal principles like freedom, freedom of
No.
speech, freedom of religion, freedom to live your life how you want, aka people able to be gay, people able to be Christian, people able to be Muslim. That's what America's all about. So you, my friend, are at odds with America's values,
I'm
America's
not.
founding fathers.
The founders did not
yes,
picture
dude,
millions
George
of
Washington's-
Muslims coming into this country,
George
flooding our
Washington's
nation with
rolling in his
terrorism.
grave
This
right
is
now,
not
dude.
what
He's
they envisioned.
embarrassed
I
about
can
you.
assure you that. And there's many documents that
You
show
think
that
you're a
this is the case.
patriot, but you're anti-American.
I'm a patriot.
You don't even
I'm a
stand for
patriot. I'm
American
the most
values.
American thing you could find. So
All right,
you're
man.
wrong. You're anti-American. You're pro. Aren't you like pro? You're literally like
What
not
are you,
even.
wait. What were you
What
about
are
to say? Are
you?
you going to
What
say I was
are you?
pro-Israel? Is that what you're going to say?
No, that's not what I was going to say. Are you pro-Israel?
Not really. No, I'm not really a fan of ethno-states in general.
Well, that's another topic, but
Yeah, I know. All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
hey, I'm sorry to hear that someone who I guess is still in high school has like such radical beliefs, man. But like,
Yeah, real radical that I think traditional marriage is good and that,
No, that's
just
not
normal things.
I almost wish I could talk to you for longer, because what you're doing right now is like a complete fucking Mott and Bailey is what it is. It's a fallacy where you present your argument as if it's non-controversial to mask your controversial
It's
points.
literally it's not
No,
controversial.
your non-controversial
It's not.
opinion. I know. Your non-controversial opinion is that traditional marriage is good and acceptable and okay. That is non-controversial. But to use that to back up and say, what, I'm bad for thinking traditional marriage is good? But then you say, but that's not your position. Your position is that gay marriage is bad.
If you go to Singapore and say this shit that you're saying, you'd be looked at as like a fucking freak.
What does
You know
this have
that,
to do
right?
with anything, dude? All right. Well, I obviously you need to get back to your homework, because I think that you need to do some more studying. Appreciate the call, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's getting late. It's definitely past your bedtime. All right. Peace.